At the far edge of the solar system, where the darkness of space seemed endless, a massive alien fleet suddenly appeared. An armada unlike anything humanity had ever imagined. The ships were enormous, their sleek designs shimmering with unknown technology that made Earth's most advanced machines look primitive in comparison. This was the Jarkhan fleet, a powerful force from a distant star system, and their arrival sent waves of shock and fear through the world. People everywhere stared up at the sky in disbelief, watching as the strange vessels slowly moved into position, blocking out stars with their vast shapes. Governments scrambled to understand the purpose behind this sudden visit. The United Nations gathered in emergency session, but disagreements erupted immediately. Some urged caution, hoping to communicate peacefully and avoid conflict, while others called for preparation for war, convinced that surrender would mean the end of humanity's freedom. Panic began to spread among the public as rumors of invasion and destruction circulated through news channels and social media. Then, a transmission came from the Jarkhan emissaries, calm yet firm, demanding that Earth submit immediately, warning that resistance would bring swift and total defeat. The message echoed through every language, clear and cold, leaving little room for misunderstanding. Despite the fear, humanity's leaders refused to bow without a fight. After hours of tense debate, they agreed on a bold response. A message sent not in weakness, but as a warning, a declaration that Earth would not surrender so easily. This broadcast, filled with both resolve and a quiet strength, reminded the EIE galaxy that humanity had survived countless challenges before and would do so again. It was a message designed to make the Jarkhan pause, to make them think twice before underestimating the people of Earth. As the sun set on a world holding its breath, every eye turned upward, waiting for the next move, knowing that whatever came next would change the fate of humanity forever. When Earth's warning message finally traveled across the vastness of space and reached the Jarkhan fleet, it was unlike anything those alien invaders had ever encountered before. Instead of hearing fear or desperation, the Jarkhan listened to a voice full of strength and fierce determination. Humanity did not speak of surrender or weakness. Instead, it echoed with courage and an unyielding promise to protect their home at any cost. The message revealed carefully guarded secrets, advances in Earth's military technology that the aliens had not expected. Hidden weapons, new defenses, and strange tactics that had been developed quietly over many years suddenly came to light. These were not the weapons of a backward species. They were tools of survival, crafted by people who had faced endless dangers throughout history and refused to give up. The Jarkhan fleet, confident until this moment, found themselves forced to pause and reconsider their assumptions. Even the most seasoned commanders showed signs of unease as they watched images of human engineers activating a new kind of weapon, a device that seemed to challenge the very laws of physics. The technology could bend space and energy in ways that left the aliens both confused and wary. It was clear that Earth was not a world to conquer easily. Every detail of the broadcast was designed to send a clear message. Humanity was ready, prepared to fight, and not afraid of the powerful forces that threatened them. This revelation spread through the Jarkhan ranks like a quiet storm, shaking their confidence and planting the seeds of doubt. What had seemed like an easy conquest was suddenly much more dangerous and complicated. As the aliens processed this unexpected defiance, humans around the world watched and waited, united by hope and the rising belief that they might just stand against an enemy far stronger than themselves. The warning was no longer just words. It was a promise that Earth would defend itself with every ounce of power and spirit it possessed. The battle for Earth was no longer a question of if, it was now a matter of when, and the universe had just seen that humanity was far from defeated. The Jarkhan, proud and unwilling to admit defeat, could not ignore the unexpected strength and resolve of humanity's warning. Instead of launching a full invasion immediately, they proposed a different path, a test of strength and strategy far from the crowded planets and cities of Earth. This challenge would take place deep within a remote asteroid belt, a dangerous field of floating rocks and unpredictable terrain where neither side would have the home advantage. The choice surprised many on Earth. The aliens were not simply demanding surrender or beginning a battle of destruction, but seemed genuinely curious to see how humanity would perform under pressure. For the humans, this was a chance to prove their worth, to show that the fierce spirit they had declared was not just words, but a reality forged from years of hardship and survival. As Earth's ships moved into position alongside their alien adversaries, tension grew across both fleets. The Jarkan's technology was undeniably superior in raw power and speed, but Earth's forces relied on creativity and unpredictability. Human pilots used the asteroid field itself as a weapon, darting between enormous rocks and using the environment to hide and strike unexpectedly. This battlefield favored those who could think quickly and adapt faster than brute force could overcome. The aliens found themselves frustrated and challenged at every turn, unable to predict the strange maneuvers and unconventional tactics that humanity had developed. Behind every sudden attack was not only skill, but a deep unity among Earth's forces, both military and civilian. Engineers worked tirelessly to repair damaged ships. Scientists communicated new strategies from control centers, and soldiers risked everything to protect their home. The test became more than a battle. It was a powerful display of human perseverance and teamwork. The Jarkan commanders could not help but respect the fierce determination and resilience they witnessed, qualities they had never expected from a species they once thought weak. Each engagement in the asteroid belt ended with new lessons learned on both sides, and slowly, a grudging respect grew among the alien ranks. While the fight was far from over, the trial showed that humanity would not be an easy target, and their unity made them stronger than any weapon alone. As the stars blinked coldly around the distant rocks, both sides prepared for what would come next, knowing this test was just the beginning of a conflict that would decide the fate of Earth itself. As the trial in the asteroid belt continued, an unexpected and hidden story began to unfold deep within the vast Jarkan fleet. Among the many alien commanders and soldiers, there was a secret faction, those who did not agree with the invasion of Earth and who quietly admired the fierce spirit and determination of humanity. These aliens, moved by what they had witnessed during the battle, decided to take a risk that could change the course of the war. Through secret and careful communication, they reached out to Earth's leaders, sending messages hidden inside the dark spaces between stars. These messages revealed truths that shocked humanity. The Jarkan were not the unstoppable force they pretended to be. Their fleet was divided, with many aliens filled with fear and doubt about their chances against a united and determined human race. This internal conflict within the enemy's ranks was a critical piece of information, one that gave Earth's leaders a new advantage. With this secret knowledge, humanity began to prepare not just for a quick fight, but for a long and difficult struggle that would require patience, courage, and unity like never before. Instead of fear, this revelation brought hope. It showed that even the mightiest opponents could be challenged when people stood together with belief in their cause. Earth's people, inspired by the bravery of these alien defectors, found new strength to face the uncertain future. Scientists worked harder, soldiers trained longer, and ordinary citizens supported the war effort with renewed energy, knowing they were not alone. The true power of humanity was revealed, not in weapons or technology alone, but in their ability to come together against all odds, to inspire even former enemies to question their mission. This fragile alliance, built on respect and hope, was a turning point. It reminded everyone that strength was not just about machines or numbers, but about spirit and unity. As the stars watched silently, humanity's resolve grew stronger, ready to face whatever the next challenge would bring, because they knew now that they could change the course of history, even against a powerful and divided enemy. The moment had finally arrived. After months of tension and preparation, the entire Jarkan fleet descended toward Earth, their massive ships blotting out the stars as they moved with unstoppable force. The skies darkened, and every person on Earth held their breath. knowing this was the final test of humanity's courage and strength. But Earth's defenders were ready. They unleashed every weapon they had, from powerful energy cannons to advanced drones, and employed guerrilla tactics honed from centuries of fighting smaller but relentless enemies. In cities and forests, deserts and oceans, soldiers and civilians alike fought with fierce determination, refusing to let the invaders take a single step without a fight. The battle raged across land, sea, and space, each side striking and countering with skill and strategy. Despite the Shah Khan's superior technology, humanity's unpredictability and willpower proved to be a powerful shield. The aliens found themselves frustrated by traps and surprises at every turn, and the hidden faction within the Shah Khan, who had secretly aided humanity, worked quietly to disrupt the invaders' plans from within. Slowly, the tide began to turn. The Shah Khan commanders, shaken by the unexpected resistance and the divisions within their own fleet, realized their mission was far more difficult than they had imagined. Morale dropped among their forces, and doubts spread like wildfire. What had seemed like a swift conquest became a long and costly battle they were not prepared to win. Eventually, faced with fierce human determination and their own internal conflicts, the Shah Khan fleet made the difficult decision to retreat, pulling back into the cold darkness of space. Earth had survived the greatest threat in its history and had proven that it would never be conquered without a fight. The victory was not just military, it was a message sent loud and clear to the entire galaxy. Humanity's warning had been more than a simple threat. It was a declaration of spirit and unity that inspired respect and awe. The fierce heart of Earth's people had shaken an empire and shown that even in the face of overwhelming power, the will to defend home and freedom could never be underestimated. As peace slowly returned, humans looked up at the stars with new confidence, knowing they had earned their place among the stars, not as victims, but as fierce defenders of their world and as a powerful force ready to face whatever the universe might bring next.